Only days after the lights went out at the US Open final in New York, shocking news came on September 10, 2025. A top star who had just fought for the trophy stepped away from her next event in Seoul. The sudden turn left fans waiting for answers, as her season had reached its highest point just days before. Amanda Anisimova pulled out of the Korea Open Tennis Championships. The tournament is a WTA 500 event in Seoul. Main draw play begins on September 15th at the Seoul Olympic Park Tennis Center. The WTA posted the news and shared Anisimova's message on social media. Anisimova wrote on Instagram, "I'm so sad to miss Korea this year, as I really enjoyed my time there last year. I really hope to be back next year." The post was shown by the tournament and then by news sites covering the withdrawal. The reason given for the withdrawal is an ankle injury. The Korea Open account and tournament statements said the injury came during the US Open. Tournament organizers noted the medical issue when they announced the withdrawal. Anisimova reached the US Open final on September 6, 2025. She lost to Aryna Sabalenka by a score of 6-3, 7-6, 7-3. The match lasted 94 minutes at Arthur Ashe Stadium. The US Open site and other sports outlets reported the score and the match time. The run to the US Open final moved Anisimova to a career-best world ranking. She entered the top 5 of the PIF WTA rankings after the tournament. News outlets reported her rise to world number 1, 4 following the US Open result. Anisimova's 2025 season included earlier big results. She won a WTA 1000 title in Doha in February. She also reached the Wimbledon final in July. Those results appear in season summaries and player records for 2025. At the Korea Open in 2024, Anisimova made her debut. She beat Yulia Putintseva in the first round. She then retired in the second round while trailing Victoria Tomova. The WTA recap of Seoul noted those match outcomes from last year. Another American, McCartney Kessler, also withdrew from the Korea Open. Kessler stepped away from the Seoul event because of a schedule change after she was named to the U.S. Billie Jean King Cup team. The WTA listed Kessler's withdrawal alongside Anisimova's. News outlets described parts of Anisimova's U.S. Open week in detail. She defeated Iga Świątek in the quarterfinals 6-4, 6-3. She also won a late-night 3-set match against Naomi Osaka to reach the final. Those match scores and times were recorded in tournament reports. Tournament officials reposted Anisimova's best wishes for recovery. Organizers and media named several top seeds for Seoul. Iga Świątek was listed as the expected top seed. Other names in the field included Ekaterina Alexandrova, Clara Tauson, Daria Kasatkina, and defending champion Beatrice Haddad Maia. The event entry lists and previews published the field ahead of the draw. Anisimova's US Open final score and her ranking rise were widely reported. The final was 6-3, 7-6, 3 in favor of Sabalenka. The ranking update showed Anisimova moving to number 4 in the world. Press reports and the official ranking pages recorded both facts the week after the final. Media accounts noted the timing of the injury and the short gap between the US Open and the Seoul event. The Korea Open sits on the late-season hardcourt calendar. Players who go deep at Grand Slams commonly adjust their schedules for recovery. Newswire stories and tournament previews reference the compressed calendar when reporting the withdrawals. Anisimova's statement used clear language about her feelings and plans. She wrote she was so sad to miss the Korea event and added that she hopes to return next year. The quote was shared unchanged by the WTA and by other outlets that covered the withdrawal. Pro Football Network and other outlets published background on Anisimova's 2025 season. They listed her Doha WTA 1000 title and her runs at Wimbledon and the US Open. The articles included match scores and tournament dates as part of a season timeline. Those season facts are recorded in tournament logs and player profiles. The Korea Open announcement did not specify a recovery timeline for Anisimova. The statements described the diagnosis as an ankle injury, but did not provide a return date. News reports repeated the lack of a detailed medical schedule when they covered the withdrawal. Local and international tennis accounts posted the withdrawal notice on social platforms. The Korea Open's official Instagram and the WTA account shared the news and the player's message. Social posts included screenshots of Anisimova's story and a repost of the tournament's announcement. Match records show the US Open final lasted 94 minutes. The official US Open report captured the set scores and match length. Sports-wide coverage also recorded the time and the point-by-point flow of the final. Those game details appear in match logs and tournament summaries. Anisimova's rise to world number 4 followed wins over top players. Her quarterfinal victory over Iga Świątek and her 3-set win over Naomi Osaka appear in the tournament bracket. Those wins were part of the points total that produced her ranking jump. Tournament brackets and ranking tables document each match and its effect on ranking points. The WTA noted that main draw play in Seoul begins on September 15th. The schedule and the entry list were published before the withdrawals. The WTA preview included the seed list and the event classification as a WTA 500 tournament. Those event details are on the official tournament page. Reports from tennis news sites recorded Anisimova's earlier retirement in Seoul in 2024. She beat Putintseva, then retired while trailing against Timova in the second round. That match history is part of the tournament archive and the player's event record. Multiple outlets observed that the withdrawal came within days of a Grand Slam final. The proximity of the US Open final and the Korea Open start date was noted in previews and in the reporting on Anisimova's announcement. The calendar placement has been cited as context in several articles. The official social posts and the WTA story are the principal public sources for Anisimova's decision. The WTA post copied the player's language from Instagram and added tournament details. News outlets that covered the story used the WTA statement and the tournament's social posts as source material. Records and press reports list Anisimova's 2025 major matches, her WTA 1000 title in Doha, and her movement in the rankings. Those items are recorded in official match logs, the PIF-WTA rankings, and in tournament archives. The combination of match scores, dates, and ranking updates forms the public record cited across reports. Anisimova's Instagram message ended with an expression of hope to return. "I really hope to be back next year." The WTA and other outlets reproduced the line exactly in their stories. The statement appears in the official event posting and in the players' social feeds. The Korea Open and WTA will proceed with the published field and schedule. Withdrawals were posted before the draw. Tournament previews and entry lists reflect the changes. The event page on the WTA site lists seeds and dates and notes player changes as they occur. News coverage of the withdrawal relied on the WTA, the Korea Open account, and player social media. These sources provided the direct quote, the medical reason, match results, and ranking updates that form the factual basis of this report. Don't miss more big tennis updates. Like this video, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell for the latest news.